Imagine you're walking outside, maybe in a mall or on the street, and suddenly people stop. Phones come out, kids stare, some people look shocked, and some even feel scared. That's what happens when bodybuilders go out in public. To normal people, they don't look real anymore. They look like monsters. But the truth is, they weren't born like this. That monster body is built from years of discipline, pain, and sacrifice. While others are sleeping, they're training. While others are enjoying food, they're measuring every single gram. People only see the size, the veins, the massive shoulders, but they never see what it costs to build that body. Bodybuilders don't eat for taste, they eat for purpose. Chicken, rice, eggs, oats, fish, protein shakes, again and again, every single day. No cravings, no freedom, no normal meals. Sometimes they're still hungry, even after eating 5 or 6 times a day. Food becomes a job, not enjoyment. That's the part no one talks about. And then there's the training. Heavy weights, long sessions, pushing the body to failure over and over again. Muscles tearing, legs shaking, lungs burning. They don't train when they feel motivated. They train when they're tired, when they're sore, when they don't want to. That's how those so-called monsters are created. But the hardest struggle isn't even physical, it's mental. People judge them. People stare. Some think they're aggressive or dangerous. They miss parties, family time, normal life, all for one dream. To become something different, something extraordinary. So the next time you see a bodybuilder in public, don't just see a monster. See the discipline, the sacrifice, and the pain behind that body. Because monsters aren't born, they're built. But the real battle isn't only in the gym or the kitchen, it's in the mind. Being big in public means constant attention, stares, judgments, assumptions. Some people think they're aggressive, some think they're obsessed, others think they're unhealthy. Very few understand the mental strength it takes to live this lifestyle. Bodybuilders sacrifice normal life. They miss parties, skip trips, avoid late nights, and distance themselves from comfort. Relationships get tested. Social life gets smaller. The dream gets bigger, and yet they keep going. Not for validation, not for likes, but for the feeling of becoming something greater than average. For the satisfaction of seeing years of pain reflected in the mirror. For the moment when hard work finally shows. So the next time you see a bodybuilder walking in public and everyone is staring, don't just see a monster. See the early mornings, see the empty plates, see the heavy weights, see the mental battles no one claps for. Because monsters aren't born. They're built rep by rep, meal by meal, day by day. When a bodybuilder walks into a public place, something immediately changes. The energy shifts before anyone even says a word. People don't always realize it consciously, but they feel it. Conversations slow down. Heads start turning. Eyes lock in for a second longer than normal. It's not planned, it's instinct. A human body that big, that dense, that conditioned doesn't register as normal to the average mind. It triggers curiosity, shock, fear, admiration, and confusion all at the same time. Some people stare openly without shame. Their eyes travel from shoulders to arms to chest, trying to understand how a human being can look like that. Others pretend not to look but keep stealing glances every few seconds. You see it in reflections in glass windows and phone screens. Some people whisper to their friends, pointing subtly, asking questions like, "Is that real?" Or "How does someone even get that big?" Kids are the most honest. They don't hide it. They stop walking. They stare with wide eyes, sometimes smiling, sometimes scared, sometimes asking their parents if that person is a superhero or a villain. Phones come out quietly. The camera opens without sound. A quick photo, a short video shared instantly. The bodybuilder might not even notice, but they're already being watched by hundreds of strangers online. In public, they stop being just a person. They become a spectacle, something rare, something people don't see every day. For some, it's inspiring. For others, it's intimidating. There are people who feel small standing next to a bodybuilder, not just physically, but mentally. They compare instantly. Their posture changes. Shoulders drop. Some laugh it off, others feel uncomfortable. A few feel threatened even though the bodybuilder hasn't done anything at all. Just existing in that body is enough to create reactions. That's the power of extreme physique. It speaks before the person ever does. Some people react with respect. You see it in their eyes. They nod slightly. They smile. Sometimes they approach and say things like, "Bro, how much do you lift?" Or, "How long have you been training?" Their tone changes. There's curiosity mixed with admiration. These are usually people who understand effort, even if they don't lift themselves. They recognize discipline when they see it. Others react with jokes, nervous jokes. Comments like, "Don't mess with him," or "This guy could break me in half." Laughter is often just a way to hide discomfort. The size is overwhelming and humor becomes a shield. But behind the jokes, there's still amazement. The body challenges what they believe is possible. Then there are the negative reactions, the silent disapproval. Some people shake their heads, assuming steroids, assuming obsession, assuming something must be wrong. They don't ask questions. They don't want to understand. In their minds, no one should look like that. They project their own limits onto someone who refused to accept them. There are moments when a bodybuilder just wants to sit and eat quietly, but feels dozens of eyes burning into them. Every bite is watched, every movement analyzed. People assume aggression, assume ego, assume confidence. They don't see the introvert inside. They don't see the tired mind. They only see muscle. Public reaction also changes how bodybuilders move. They become more aware of their space, more careful. They don't want to scare anyone. They don't want misunderstandings. A simple walk past someone can feel tense because of how others react. They learn to soften their presence even when their body screams power. And yet, despite all of this, there's pride too. Silent pride. Not arrogance, but satisfaction. Knowing that this body represents years of work that most people couldn't survive. Knowing that the reactions, good or bad, are proof that the effort shows. That the sacrifice wasn't invisible. Some bodybuilders feed off the reactions. It motivates them. It reminds them why they chose this hard path. Others try to ignore it completely, focusing inward, reminding themselves that they didn't build this body for strangers' opinions. They built it for themselves. But no matter how strong the mind is, public reactions leave marks. They shape behavior. They shape identity. They turn a person into a symbol, a monster to some, an inspiration to others, a warning, a dream, a question mark walking among ordinary people. So when you see a bodybuilder in public and you feel that instinct to stare, to judge, to react, remember this. You're not just looking at muscles. You're looking at years of early mornings, lonely nights, strict routines, pain, discipline, and mental battles. You're reacting to the visible result of an invisible war. Because in public, bodybuilders don't just walk among people. They disturb normality. They challenge comfort. They remind everyone around them of what the human body can become when limits are ignored. And that's why the reactions are so strong. Not because they are monsters, but because they represent something most people are too afraid to chase.